There's a kind of pain that doesn't go away when you want it to. You've told yourself to move on, you've deleted the messages, you've stayed busy, and yet your mind keeps returning to the same place, the same person, the same questions. What makes this so exhausting isn't just the pain, it's the confusion, because you're doing everything right and nothing is working. Here's the truth. What you're experiencing isn't weakness. It's because your brain is in withdrawal. And once you understand what's actually happening, neurologically, not emotionally, you'll understand why conventional advice has been making it worse. Stay until the end, because the solution is not what you've been told. Part 1. Your brain is addicted to a person. This sounds dramatic, but it's not a metaphor. It's neuroscience. When you're in a relationship, your brain builds a reward system around that person. Every interaction triggers dopamine, the same chemical released by food, music, and in clinical studies, cocaine. When that source disappears suddenly, your brain doesn't just register a life event, it registers a chemical crisis. It begins scanning for the signal that used to come, and when it doesn't arrive, the nervous system stays activated. That's why you check their profile, not because you want to, because your brain is running an old loop, searching for a reward that no longer exists. That's why heartbreak keeps you awake at 3 a.m. even when you're exhausted, not because you're weak, but because the brain doesn't sleep well during withdrawal. And most people don't know this, so they blame themselves. But they are not obsessed or broken. They are operating inside a system that was never designed for a sudden disconnection. Part 2. The advice you've been given is incomplete. Just keep busy. Time heals everything. Just move on. These aren't wrong, but they're missing something critical. Imagine two people going through the same heartbreak. Person A stays constantly distracted, fills every hour, avoids every memory. For months they feel okay, almost fine. Then one song plays in a cafe and it comes back hard, like it never left. Here's what's happening. Avoidance doesn't process grief, it delays it. The brain stores unprocessed pain in the nervous system. It doesn't disappear, it waits. Psychologists call this emotional suppression, and the research is clear. People who avoid emotional processing don't heal faster, they heal slower, and when it hits harder. Part 3. The feeling you avoid stays. Deliberate processing means you intentionally sit with the emotion. Not all day, not forever, but with intention. You allow the thought, you don't chase it, and you don't push it away. You let it rise, observe it, breathe through it, and let it pass. This is called exposure without reinforcement. It's used in clinical psychology for anxiety, trauma, and addiction recovery. When you run from the feeling, your brain flags it as a threat, and threats grow more dangerous over time. But when you face the feeling without acting on it, without texting, without checking their profile, your brain begins to recode the signal. It learns this thought is not a crisis. I can feel it and still be okay. Each time you feel the emotion without reinforcing the loop, you weaken the circuit, slowly but permanently. Part 4. The question no one asks, but the one that actually heals. Most heartbreak advice focuses on the other person, how to forget them, how to move past them, but the real work isn't about them at all. It's about you. When a relationship ends, you don't just lose a person, you lose an identity, the version of yourself that existed inside that relationship. That loss, the identity loss, is often more painful than the person loss. So the unexpected solution isn't to stop thinking about them, it's to start building a new answer to the question, who am I now? Identity is not fixed. It is constructed through daily behavior, through choices, through what you invest in. Every day you do something that is yours, not theirs, you build a new neural pathway, a new pattern, a new self-image that no longer orbits around that person. So let's wrap this up by summarizing the key takeaways. 1. Understand the neuroscience. You are in withdrawal, not weakness, biology. This removes shame, and shame is the biggest blocker of healing. 2. Stop treating distraction as healing. Distraction keeps you stable while you do the real work. It is not the work. 3. Practice exposure without reinforcement. Feel the emotion, don't act on it, let it rise and pass. Daily. 4. Rebuild identity deliberately. Pick one thing that is yours. Show up for it every day, not for motivation, but for identity. And 5. Measure progress differently. The goal isn't to stop feeling, it's to feel and still keep moving. Heartbreak is one of the most disorienting human experiences. Not because it's rare, but because it makes you doubt the very thing you need most, yourself. I've been there, and I know it sucks. You are not stuck because you're weak. You are not healing slowly because you loved too much. The unexpected solution was never to feel less. It was to feel without flinching and keep building anyway. You're still here, still listening, still open. That means you haven't quit. And that's where healing begins. If this helped you see your brain differently, If this helped you see your pain differently, please subscribe. Every week, I break down the psychology behind what you're already feeling, and I give you language for what you couldn't explain, so you can try to make sense of it and take some practical takeaways in moving your life forward. Let's keep going.